What is up, you guys? Gamer Life Studio here, back at it with another video. And today we are going to be doing a overview on the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion Remaster. Now, before we get into the video, let me give you what's going on here, give you some updates. So, I have seen the leak, with the screenshots that was leaked out. I looked at them. I did almost wanted to make a video on off the top, but I figured like, you know what? Maybe I should save it for a overview, right? Because it's going to be coming out soon. And sure enough, we have got confirmation from Bethesda that they was going to do a live stream on Tuesday, and then Tuesday roll around. As the time of this recording, it came out not that long ago, so I got up around 11 o'clock because I live in the Eastern time, and I have watched the live stream, saw the game and how it looks and everything. Um, and it says that it was going to be coming out today. So after the stream, I jumped out of bed, went to Game Pass, and downloaded that game before I had to go to work. So my time schedule is a little bit different. So I work second shift, so I won't be at home about like 11, like 12 in the morning, 12:30 in the morning. So I just got back, and now I am going to do a overview on this game. This is going to be my very first time ever to play Oblivion, because I never played Oblivion even when it came out back on the 360. I was a lot younger. I was probably about maybe 11 or 12 years old, but I didn't pay attention to this. I was playing like other games and whatever. I didn't play my first like Elder Scrolls game that I ever played when I was got a little bit older. Was during the time when BioShock was around, and then BioShock 2 dropped. I remember this clearly that I went to GameStop, and then I saw this, it was called Elder Scroll or Skyrim, right? It was like black, it had this cover, and I picked it up. I was like, I don't know what this game is, but I'm gonna pick it up and try it anyway because I was at GameStop during the time and this was in the mall. I remember this. I picked it up, I took it home, I put it in the disc. I didn't know what to expect. And then I played it and I fell in love with it. And that first experience with the Elder Scrolls franchise, I have at least restarted that game at least well over 100 times. Every time when I discover something new, it's like, oh my god, I should have just done this from the beginning. I should have done this and this and this. It's like it makes me want to restart the game and play it again, play it a different way. And I fell in love with it. I have at least stood up late at night, and I remember this back in, I think it came out in 2011, right? And I stood up really late at night when I played this game. I have stood up like at least about all the way up to like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. Like I couldn't stop playing. It was so much fun. It was so addicting. The quest and magic and swords and this fantasy world. It was a breath of fresh air. I loved it. So Skyrim was really is my first taste into the Elder Scrolls franchise, but I never went back to play Oblivion because it felt old. It looked outdated compared to Skyrim at that time. So now, fast forward after like 20 years or so, they finally did a Oblivion remastered, and I saw the gameplay. I looked at it. It looked absolutely amazing. It was, whoa, I gotta play this game, right? So now this is going to be my first time ever on this channel that I'm going to be able to play Oblivion Remaster that I never get to play back when it was on the 360. And I did have a 360, but it was more later in the generation of the 360, not the first 360 like the white console and stuff. I never got that. I had the, I think it was the um how would you say it? It was like a refresh gen console, and it was the black one, the short one. I think I had the Gears of War um Xbox 360 console edition. That's the one I had. Um, or it came with the Gears of War stuff. I think they did. I'm not sure, but that's the 360 model I had. I did not have the white version of the 360 model with the whole red ring of death experience. I never had that at all because I got it way later in the generation. But um I have seen this and but I never got in around to picking up and playing it because I was playing other games. So now we're here. It's been about 20 years now, and now I get to able to play this masterpiece of a game and see, making comparison is Skyrim is still better than Oblivion, or is Oblivion is better than Skyrim? That's where we're gonna find out. So in this overview, we like again, um how this works. We are going to go through all of the menus, the settings, everything, and then we're going to go into the game and do everything like that. We're going to look at all the stuff we can do, magic, this, that, skill sets, and then when we get to the end of the kind of tutorial section where we go outside for the first time, we'll do some graphical settings and stuff like that, and show you some benchmarks. We can change some graphical settings and stuff. So we'll do all that. So, and then we'll wrap it up and give you my final conclusion on it, and then we'll call it a day. Um, Also, just a quick reminder, I will be doing Let's Play for this. So that's going to be coming up the following week, like next week. I don't want to do it right away now. I'm going to build up some, Let's Play videos and stuff. I got videos planned right now. I think Friday I'm going to be dropping a video for Forza Horizon 5, when I always, do my music and stuff like that. That's going to be dropping on Friday. And then the next week, when it's like Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday, I'm going to have videos of back to back between a Valve and I'm also going to be playing the Oblivion Remaster as well. So I'm going to be doing back to back drops and doing some other games as well. So stick around for that. Stay tuned for that. But without further ado, let's get this video started and let's dive ourselves in here because we can see right here that I have downloaded the game while I was at work because it was like what, like 120 gigabytes, which that's a lot. That's more than Call of Duty, I tell you that much. Like that is crazy, but it does look like it's well worth it. For what I have known and gathered so far, that this supposed to be the brains of Oblivion, but it has the overlay of Unreal Engine 5, if I'm not mistaken, the visuals and stuff like that. So, and they did make some improvements too, so which is unique. And it only costs like $50. So I'm definitely gonna pick this up when I do get my paycheck. I will be picking up the deluxe edition on Steam for sure. I am going to be picking that up, and then I'm going to be just doing the Let's Play videos on Game Pass, and then on my spare time I'll play that version on Steam on my own time. All right, so we got the game right here. Let's click play. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna go through every piece of this thing. And I'm playing it on PC, and I'm playing it on Game Pass on PC as well. Okay, right off the bat, we got this. Okay. So continue. We'll go through that in a minute because we're gonna go through the settings anyway. Like the intro. Wow, that looks so cool. I like it. This looks awesome. Wow. I might have to record this later and put it as a wallpaper on my computer. Like, this would be so amazing. Oh my god. Alright, so press the button. Here's the user agreement license, right? Okay. Alright, so here's our options right here. So, and we can also upgrade to the deluxe edition, which that's like extra content and stuff. Right. Alright, so let's go through the options menu on here, right? Starting from, left going into our right. Let's do the gameplay. So the gameplay, we got the difficulty levels right here. So we got between master, expert, adept, and apprentice, and novice. So we got pretty good difficulty. Probably in my let's play, I'm probably gonna put in the middle, but if I find it to be too easy, I'll pick to expert. And then we got autosave during loading screens, so we got that on and off. Oh wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me lower down this volume real quick. Let me just lower that down. I'm sorry. Alright. Sorry about that. Because that one is a little bit too loud. I don't want to be super loud, actually. Let me just put this down to here. Okay. Alright. Alright, so since we lowered down that, so if you probably didn't hear me too clearly, but yeah, so here's the difficulty settings right here. So we got that. And the autosave during loading screens, we got on and off. Autosave on fast travel, on and off. Autosave on reset. Autosave on wait. Okay, that's pretty good options. There is keyboard and mouse options right here, but again, probably the console versions will not have this, but that's okay. But again, it's good to just look through the menus, see what they offer, what you can do, what you can do. So there's all those settings right there, right? Okay, and then now we got the controller, which I'm playing on the controller right now currently on the PC. So we got toggle vibration. Okay, I'm going to turn that off. And we got the strength of vibrations too as well. So if you want it low, you can do that. If you want it on high, you can. So there's that. So I'm going to turn that off. We got invert the x-axle and the y-axle. Horizontal sensitivity, so we could put it up and down. So let's just check. So it can go up to 100 and as low as 0, right? So there's that. So if you want to turn up the sensitivity on the horizontal and vertical, you can. You could put aim assist on and off. And if you turn this on, there is right here for the zoom and aim sensitivity. So you could do that on and off. And then we got the accessibility. So we got a blood splatter, so we can go on and off. We got low health menu visibility, so we could turn that. So our visual HUD, like if we got so much damage, then it basically will blur it and make it like dark around the edge of the screen to let you know like, hey, you're low on health and stuff like that. You can leave that on and off. There's camera motions too, so like head bobbing and stuff like that. So there's that, which is unique, right? Now here is the audio settings, right? We got from monotone stereo headphones, which I'm wearing right now currently, but there's surround sound of 5.1, and then you got your TV right there. So I'm gonna put for headphones for me. And then the audio mode, and then there's like night mode, low frequency, default, and then again we got our master, volume, music, right? And now we got our sound effects, the dialogue, ambient, right? Footstep volume, the interface volume. So there's a lot of options right here we can pick and turn it up and down. Probably when I do my actual whatchamacallit, my Let's Play video, I probably will have this already pre-adjusted for me. So it should be all set. But for right now, we're just going to leave it like this. And then when we get into the game, I'll turn the master volume up, and then I'll turn the music just slightly up. Okay. So there's those options right there. Right. So moving along, this is the graphic settings right here. So let's look at this real quick. But for consoles, you're probably not going to have these options. So, but if you do plan on getting a PC version, here's the options that you have right here. But we're also going to be looking at that when we get to the outside, right, from Oblivion. When we get out there, we'll mess around and do all that stuff, right? So there's full screen, there's borderless, and there's Windows. So we got three different options right here. So pretty unique. But we're gonna do borderless because since I'm recording, um, you're probably gonna see it goes like to a black screen, or we can go to window. But I'm gonna leave it at borderless, which is fine. And then we can select the monitor that we want, right? We can do VSync on and off, match refresh rate and stuff, right? And then we could do frame rate cap, uncap. We could do between 30, 60, 120 uncap. We could do show FPS, which is good. I'm probably going to use that towards the end so we could show the FPS and stuff like that. And we could also show the VRAM usage as well. So I'm going to be turning those on when we get out there. The brightness sensitivity, so we could turn up the brightness up or down. I'm going to leave this in the middle. FOV, right? It's for first person and third person. It seems so low. I'm going to put this in the middle right here. For first person, I do like it about 85, but I don't mind it to be 80 or 82. I'm gonna put it at 82. I think that should be fine. And if anything, we'll change it. We'll leave this about 90. We'll leave this about 85. I think that should be fine. So motion blur on and off. And again, I'm going to turn that off for my personal reasons. Screen space reflection. We could turn that on and off. So there's that. So we'll leave it on. And now here is the quality settings. So let's look at it. You got between low, medium, high, ultra, and custom. And also you can auto detect this. So if I click on this, it should auto detect me where I want to be at, which this seems to be sounds about right. On high, which I don't want it to be on ultra, but again, there might be some things we might want to turn up just a little bit as well. So there's that. So you could pick between that, or you could use auto detect, which I find that to be very useful for, especially for people that may be getting into um, PC gaming and stuff like that, and they may not be too familiar with all of these settings and stuff like that and how to do stuff. You could do auto detect, and then it'll do it for you, and then you could change it. Which one do you want more or less? But we're gonna put it on auto detect, right? And we'll just leave it like this for right now, and then we'll make changes if we need to. A lunar. Well, we'll go from top to bottom. So yeah, view distance quality, you got the effects quality, foliage quality, shadow, global illumination quality, you got texture quality, reflection quality, post-process quality, hair quality, clothing quality, lumen hardware RT, so like ray tracing, and then you got Lumen software RT quality, right? And then you got Lumen hardware RT lighting mode. So that option that's grayed out. You got the anti-aliasing right here. You got FS. You got off, and you can use between off, FXAA, TAA, and TSR. And then you got your upscaling technique. You can use FSR or ESC, and I'm pretty sure you can also use NVIDIA, but since I got my card as AMD, so I can basically put this at TSSR and then put this on FSR. And then, I could put it on balance, performance, ultra, and then quality and native TAA, which is fine. And then we could put the sharpness as sharp as we want. We can also use frame gen as well. That's going to be interesting. So we'll leave that off for right now. Once we get outside in the game and when we go out to the world, and we'll mess around with this kind of stuff once we get there. But it seems like there's all of our settings right there, right? Okay, moving on. So here is the general tab. This is for the text and language for English. So you got France, Dutch, Spanish. So there's a lot of languages right here. So you can pick either one. And you got the text size, which I do like. I like when they add this option because sometimes medium could be okay. For some people, they might want to do large. So for me, I'm going to do large. I find that to be useful. Subtitle ability. So this one right here, you could do on and off for this. And subtitles, text size. So you could do large, medium, or small. I'm going to leave that on large. And then, cursor size. You could do this small, medium, or large. I'm going to leave that on medium. And then dialogue, camera, translation. You do this on or off. We'll leave it on. So there's that, right? And then right here, this is for movement for the keyboard. So there's all your options right here for keyboard. So anything with keyboard, I'm not using it, but there's plenty of options here you can do to map or whatever that you want to do, your shortcuts and stuff. But I'm going to be using controller for this, okay? So there's that. And now we get into controllers. So now we can map our own stuff, which that is a bonus. I appreciate that. So now we can map our stuff out, what we want to do. Like again, jump is Y, which I don't know why would I want jump to be there while jump should have been A. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna switch that right now. So basically I'm gonna do jump for A, and then we're gonna do this for Y. Right? And sneak is B, which that makes sense. Sprint and gallop is the trigger, the sprint and gallop thing. So that'd be on the right trigger, left trigger. Yeah, so that makes sense. That can stay right there. Power attacks, right? RT, block, left. Yes, that makes sense. Cast spell, which is the RB button. Okay. X is the sheath. Okay, that's fine. Open HUD shortcut. LB. Okay, yep. Wait. Be that. Change view. Yep, that makes sense. Inventory magic map. Character stuff. And we can also add other stuff that we want to open as well. Which that makes sense. So if you want to do that, you can. So there's some pretty good options right there for controller, which is fine. And I probably could remap buttons on this controller as well if I got like extra buttons and stuff like that. If I want to add to or click to, I can do that right here. So which is cool. Okay. So there's that. We'll apply changes. Leave it as that. And I think that's about it. Other than that, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna put this on this right here. I'm gonna just put it on easy. Okay. But just for the overview, but when I do the let's play video, I'm gonna crank it up to at least about expert. I don't want to put it on master, but at least here or here. But for right now, we're just gonna put it for this because we're just gonna redo it and do all that stuff. So there's that. So I think that's pretty much all the options right there that we got. What else? We got credits, right? So we can go fast, very fast, normal, fast. So that's cool. So there's all the credits right there of every person, dev, that's worked on this game for the remaster, which is cool. So there's that. There's your exit. There's your load button right here. So we can have load multiple characters maybe and stuff. And there's new, and then there's continue. All right. So I think we've seen enough. Let me make sure I don't forget this. Let's put the audio back up. Right. I'm probably gonna put the audio about 7. Gonna put the music at 3. Okay. Yeah, I put the music at 3. Put this one. I put the master volume. I'll put the dialogue about 8. Turn that down a little bit. I toned it down just a little bit. Yeah, I toned it down just a little bit, so then that way, you know, since I got headphones and stuff, so that should be fine. You can still hear the music too, but it's not like blaring, you know. Just for right now, but okay. Alright, so now we should be all set. Let's go play a new game. Yes, we're doing a new game.
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. Behold, in darkness, a doom sweeps the land. This is the 27th of last seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life.
This shit looks amazing. I gotta say. Alright. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So now we got these characters right here. So there's the Imperial, High Elf, Dark Elf, Baritone, Cheek, Nord, Orc, Red Guard, Wood Elf. Alright. There's that. There's a difference. So what's this about? Okay, so this is you spent your childhood in. Okay, so they got like little like background stories and stuff. Unnecessary conflict. And I see we got a randomizer too, so that's cool. We got a randomizer, right? We can turn it too using this. That's pretty cool. So we can turn it. We don't got the zoom feature, so there is no like zoom and stuff. Okay, so oh, there's a stat. Okay, so there's also stats as well. Interesting. Okay, so we can see that this character has stats. So I'm wondering, is there different stats with different characters? So let's find out. So if I select right this, right? So there's 40 in strength. So if I select this, oh, okay. So yes, okay. So basically, each of these has stats. That's interesting. So you can see the stats like, okay, strength is 30, but my intelligence is 50. My willpower is 40. Well, that's 40. And then I lose like endurance 30. Magic up bonus 100. And then you can go down here and there's like all of this stuff. Okay. So, yeah, so each of these has their own different stats. So whatever race you pick, and then you click on this, the stats to open, it'll give you this. So I'm not gonna spend all day picking a character. I'm gonna just pick a random one. Let's just do, for right now, we'll just do a Nord, right? Western, Eastern, we'll do Western, okay? You live in the west of Skyrim. Okay, so yep, because we know about Skyrim, so let's just pick that. We'll pick randomizer. This one with the bandana and stuff. Mm, I like the bandana. I don't know if I can. Oh shoot! Thought I could get it again. Okay, right there. All right, so I'm gonna pick this dude with the bandana. Right. This is the stats that comes with. So then after that, we can choose body. So we can go one. So basically, that's female is one, and then male is two. Okay, cool. Just want to see this one here for a minute. You could do age. Okay, so we can make her like really old, or we can make her really young. Okay, so we can age her just a little bit. And we'll make her young, and that's fine. We'll just do body 2. Okay, I lost the bandana, but that's fine. And then we could do skin complexion. Always that's a shader to make it darker, lighter. Okay. We'll make them a bit darker. We'll do 65 here. Making them pretty old. Like getting up to that old age. We'll put them right there. Alright. And then we could also reset it too, which is cool. Alright, let's go to the next one. So let's see what else we can do. You can do... Okay, so we could do eyebrows, cheeks. We can do all of this stuff, which is cool. So we can really define this as well. So then we got to go back. And then we could do chin. Adjust all that. Then we could do eyes. We can do that. Like again, I don't want to spend all day on this, but I'm just showing you all the options that what you can do with it, right? So you can definitely shape this the way you want to. Forehead, right? Jaws, mouth. So there's a lot of options here. So there's definitely is a lot of options you can do. So if you want to pause it and look at it for yourself, feel free to do that. But yeah, there's a bunch of options here you could do. So there's that. You got your nose, mouth, jaws, forehead, face, eyes, chin, cheeks, and eyebrows. Okay. So what's this? So this is tone. Okay. So now there's eyes. The eyes. So we could change the color of the eyes. We could make it like this. This. Okay. So there's some pretty unique options here. Okay. There's a lot of eye choices on this one too. Really good. Ah, okay. We can do that. The only thing I wish they had, it was a much more like up close. If they had it like a little bit more up close, I would love to have that as an option in this. So because like in other games you can actually like zoom into the face and you can see it. I feel like this is a little bit too far away, but it's okay, it's decent, but I would like to get close and personal with it, you know. But I'm not gonna spend all day, I'm just gonna show this. So there's definitely is a lot of different eyes. And so there's a lot of options here. There's like a shit ton of options for eyes for days. Okay. So there's that. Let's do skin. So there's tint. You could do eyelids, cheeks, this, freckles. So you can add freckles to this too. Okay, I can see a little bit right there. But okay, so you can add freckles. Okay. And then you got your makeup, you got your lipstick. If you want to put lipstick, you can. You can do eyebrow color. Okay. No, eyeshadow. Sorry, not eyebrow color. Eyeshadow. All right. You know, there's some stuff. Is that the same thing or? Okay, so no. Okay, so basically these are two things, and they don't got the like nothing here, so it's basically the same options. Okay. All right. So we got that. So there's the head and stuff like that. Let's go to hair. So we could do hair and then color. All right. So let's see the options that we got here. I'm gonna go this way with it. So there's that. There's this. That. There's the bandana one. All right. So there is some choices here for hair. Okay. So there's length. So you can make the hair grow out longer, or you can make it even shorter, which is cool. Okay, so we could grow it out, we could put it out, or put it in more. So let's see how this one is. So if this is the length of it right here. Okay, so yeah, we can grow this out. Oh, okay. Oh, that's so cool. That is really cool. I like that. Like you can grow it out all the way down, like past his neck. Or if that's a little bit too long, you can make it a bit shorter too. So that's every here? So like this one right here. Oh, okay, so I could put the mohawk bigger, or I could make it even shorter. That's pretty cool. Okay, so now we got like hair dents and stuff. So let's see about this one. So if I want that with the bandana, oh, that's cool. Okay, so it grows the back of the neck and out more. Okay, that's cool. And if I want it shorter, I can put it shorter. I'll keep it like this. That's fine. And then there's facial hair. Okay. Ooh. God, Jesus Christ. Alright, so there's that. We can do this. Alright, so that's cool. We can do stubs. I'm gonna put this on him. And then we'll add like a mustache. Okay, so there's a lot of cool things we can do with this. We could definitely customize our character, like, pretty legit. Like, make him a Norden. Alright, so there's that. And then we can do the hair roots. Alright, that's good. here. I don't know if we can put it white. Oh, okay, that's cool. We can put it white, blue, brown, dark. Oh, that's cool. That's nice. Put the contrast. Okay, salt and pepper. So I can make them like this, but a little bit older. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna put like one salt and pepper and do like that. That should be good. So those are the options we could do for that and the hairstyle. Let's also see, does it affect the beard? Okay, because let me see. So if I go here, right? If I go here, does that affect the beard or that's just affecting only the hair? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so it only affects the hair. It does not affect the beard or the mustache. So this only affects these and not like how long the beard is and how short the beard is. Okay. That's perfectly fine. I will like to see to have a length for like the beard and the mustache. That'd be pretty cool. Hmm, maybe I don't know, maybe a future patch or something that could do something like that where I can make like the beard more growthy or girthy, and I can make the beard or even more shorter or stubby. You know, that'd be great. You know, that'd be a nice little option. Maybe an update or a patch or something they could do, or maybe a mod can fix that. They could easily add that into this menu. But that's cool. You know, we got hair color. This. All right, so we got our stuff. Now we can go over here to the last tab, which is the overview. So this is like North, your origins is Western, right? And then we can see our stats right here, right? What we are, which is cool. And we can close that tab. And now we got to give this character a name. And we're going to call him Bob. Bob the Builder. Or we should call him Rob. There you go. Rob. Instead of Bob, you know? It's like, it's always been Bob every single time. Alright. I'm going to put continue. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay. Ooh, I might have to turn down the the thing for it. Okay, that's so wait. Uh, let me see. Can I go to system? Okay, we'll go through this a little bit. Hold on. Let me just lower down the controller sensitivity on this. I feel like it's a little bit too crazy. It's a little bit too sensitive. I'm gonna slap it down to like 40. That should be okay. I apply. Much better. I felt like that was a little bit too sensitive. But okay, we're here at this prison. Okay, there's a seed, there's a cup, there's this. I could go up there. So let's first go through this menu. So since we're in the game, right? So let's go through between left and going to the right. Okay, so first we got our character. Okay, so there's our Nord. There's this right here, level 1 class. So we got all of our right here. Here's our stats right here, and it will tell you, which is cool. So magic is 60, health is 100, and then this right here. Okay, so there's that. So this must be the attribute. So like strength, intelligence, willpower, agility, speed. So there's our like stats and stuff. This is minor skills, okay. Okay, so then we got a whole bunch of other skills. So I'm just gonna go down here. I'm not gonna read it off, but here you go. Actually, I should do each one and then I can show you like this. Alright, so there's that. Factions, empty, the details. So they pass. Active quest is 1. So that's cool. So there's our things, what we did, bounties, this and that. Alright, so there's our things. Okay, cool. It gives me a list of details what to do, so that's interesting. Okay. So there's our character, right? And then this is our inventory, which is nice. Okay, so I think this is almost just like Skyrim, where you can like drop, drop, and then show details. Okay, and there's the shortcut wheel. Okay. Oh, my bad. Oh, okay. So basically, you go right here across, and then you like, oh wait, okay, I can go up here and go low to high. Okay, cool. And then if I click on Y, I can go each individual one. Okay. So we got no weapons. We got this, what we have on right now. There's the alchemy. We got none. Miscellaneous. And then this is all the items. Okay. And this is our weapons. Alright. Simple enough. I do like this where we can see our character right here. And then so we can see them what they're wearing and we can see the detail and stuff like that and how they look. That's really cool. Alright, so let's move on to the next tab, which is magic. So we got this magic right here. Healing wounds. We got this ward. Okay. North Frost. We got that too. We got flame. Got this. Okay, was that all of it? Okay. And then this. Resisting frost. Okay. Self. Torch. Target. All. Active effect. Okay, so this is our active effect. Okay. Alright, so we got that tab. Let's take a look right here. This is our map, which is fucking cool. So we can zoom all the way out. It's not as detailed like how would you say it? Like Skyrim. Skyrim map is a lot of detail and stuff. This feels like an old school map, which I don't mind. Um, but I do like Skyrim with their map stuff where you could actually see like 3D mountains and stuff like that. It was so cool when I saw that. for the first time, like seeing like rolling clouds rolling through this and that. This is fine. This is serviceable, and it still is good. And we can see right here, we can see the towns, we can hover the arrow and stuff, which is cool. There's caves. Oh, and if you click on Y, there's caves, there's cities, there's inns, there's settlements, and there's other undiscovered location as well. So we can do that. We can also hide this as well. And we can also pinpoint where we are. So this is where we are. Alright. And then we can zoom in and out of the map. That's pretty cool. So this is where we at, currently where we at. And then this is where all the other settlements are, and over here. So there's lots to explore and look around. Okay. This is really, really nice. I like this. Okay, so this is how you do it. And then we can remove it. Okay, so I can pinpoint stuff on here, which is cool. So if I pinpoint this, boom, can I pinpoint something else? Oh, okay, I can move it, remove it, and then I can pinpoint this, leave it, move it. Okay, so I can do like this. Cool, so I can only have one pin marker. I wish there was like multiple pin markers. I could just like pin stuff over here, put a note. I wish we had that for PC at least, you know. Consoles too. That would be pretty cool. We can like leave like little notes of like certain things we found or a cave or something we want to go back to later. We could just leave a pinpoint right there and then we could just go back. But so far, you know, the map is serviceable, right? There's the tutorial, we got the time, what the date is, right? All of this stuff, which is cool. That is really, really cool. I like this. So there's our map, which is serviceable, which is very fine. Okay, so what else we could do? Okay, there's the quest HUD. So there's our quest. We got our tutorial. Right? That's what we're doing. And then we got help. So this is like basically tutorial section, like, you know, moving around, sneak, swimming, riding on horses, compass, location. So there's a bunch of useful things in here that will help you. So okay. And then you can close out these tabs too. So if you think you're like, oh, it's a little bit too much, right? So you got navigation, magic, all of this stuff on the tutorial. Cool. Alright. So then the last tab right here basically is our system. So this is where we can change the difficulty, do whatever we need to do. Confirm, yes. We want to confirm that. So yeah, so there it is. So there's all our tabs we went through from the main menu. What we could change and do, which is cool. And I think also we could save it too. So we could save this game. And we'll just save it again. Alright. So, now let's go start this.
My, you're a big one. A Nord, I'd guess, right? So strong. But you can't bend steel, can you, boy? You can't do anything to get out of here. And those big muscles, they're going to waste away. When the end comes, you won't even have the strength to cry for your mother. That's right. You're going to die in here. You hear me, Nord? You're going to die in here. Hey, you hear that? The guards are coming. For you.
Boris, lock that door behind us.
Yes, sir. My sons, they're dead, aren't they?
We don't know that, sire. The messenger only said they were attacked.
No, they're dead. I know it.
What's this prisoner doing here? This cell is supposed to be off limits.
Usual mix-up with the watch.
Never mind. Get that gate open. Stand back, prisoner. We won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
No sign of pursuit, sir.
Stay put, prisoner.
Good. Let's go. We're not out of this yet.
You. I've seen you. Let me see your face. You are the one from my dreams. Then the stars were right. And this is the day. Gods give me strength. Assassins attacked my sons, and I am next. My blades are leading me out of the city along a secret escape route. By chance, the entrance to that escape route leads through your cell. Perhaps the gods have placed you here so that we may meet. As for what you have done, it does not matter. That is not what you will be remembered for. I am your emperor, Uriel Septim. By the grace of the gods, I serve Tamriel as her ruler. You are a citizen of Tamriel, and you too shall serve her in your own way. You will find your own path. Take care. There will be blood and death before the end.
Please, sire, we must keep moving. Better not close this one. There's no way to open it from the other side.
This doesn't concern you, prisoner.
Looks like this is your lucky day. Just stay out of our way. I told you to keep out.
Okay. So I can talk to them and stuff. So far, the voice acting and dialogue are good. I'm just gonna follow them along.
Keep quiet and stay out of the way.
Alright. Damn. Not even in your fucking way.
Close up left. Protect the Emperor.
For the Emperor!
Look at the storm!
Take him down! Am I Are you all right, sire? We're clear for now.
Captain Reno?
She's dead. Sorry, sire, but we have to keep moving.
Jesus Christ.
How could they be waiting for us here?
Alright, so let's go. So we can search. And by clicking Y, and then take like what we usually do. Alright.
Oh no, but it's too late to go back now. Don't worry, sire. We will get you out of here.
They won't be the first to underestimate the blades. I'll take point. Let's move.
You stay here, prisoner. Don't try to follow us.
Damn. What the fuck? Oh, that was easy.
Yeah.
Okay, we can take all as well. Alright, so in Skyrim, you usually can put on whatever. Okay, so this is where we can actually put back items. Oh, interesting. Alright. Alright, so I have to click it. Because holding it is like I can drag bodies, so like this. So if I hold, I think if I hold it, yeah, I can drag bodies. And this is where I can put stuff. So now if I show details, this is this. And then if I want to put an item over, put it there. Okay. Alright. So it is like Skyrim, but Skyrim was a little bit more easier to do this. Like put stuff back and stuff. This one is like you gotta do a little bit more finessing and a little bit more extra steps. Like if I want to do this, right? If I want to put the sword away, do this, right? Whatever, I can do that. Interesting. At least that's good to know. Because even if I click on Y, you gotta like tap on it. Alright, so yeah. Okay, so since we got that out the way, let's see if we can go into our own menu system. Right? Because we want to equip items. So there's a character. So how does this work? Should be no problem. Right? So if I take this, right? Okay, so it's A to equip. So you can only do one-handed weapon at a time, so you can't do dual wielding. Alright, that's fine. So there's this katana. And then we can go right here, like how much the coin costs. I think this is like, what, worth? Weight? Okay. So I'm gonna take this blade. Alright, hold on. Okay. So there's that. Yeah, the blade looks so good. It's so detailed. Oh my god, this shit looks so nice. Like it. Okay, sheathed it. Alright. Let's see. Let's check this one. Okay, so we got this.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Alright. Okay, and then this is the shortcut wheel. And then we can use the D-pad, right? If I click down, that's for map. D-pad left will bring me up to the magic. And then the right will give me to the inventory, and then up will give me the skills and stuff like that, or this. Okay. Alright, so good to know. I want this because I want to go to my inventory. Now, let's go get our character where we want it to be. We're going to do this knife, and then we're going to drop this. We don't need this. And then now, this is for our character, right? We can wear this. Alright. So this is what we have on. But we can drop this. Drop a stack. Okay, we can drop both stacks. Let's see. So, what if I just want to drop? Okay, so then I just do the number ones that I want to drop. We'll drop in 3 of these. We're dropping these as well. And then what we do is we wear these. Okay, so there's our character. There's our potions and stuff. There's our torch. So we can hold that in one hand and that. Cool. Alright. What about magic? Okay, so that's cool. So we can still use magic and that, and then our wheel is over here. So this right here, the fire, we can't really use for a weapon, but it usually will light up the way. Okay. Good to know. I don't think I would club, but we'll take it. Alright, I keep on doing that. I keep on thinking of Skyrim. Oh, okay. Get out of my way. Alright, so A is to jump. Cool. Alright, so definitely light up the way. So let's just go to our menu real quick. I just want to see what else can I do. Alright, do like this. There's a rusty dagger we can have. Alright. There's arrows. Okay, so now if I use this sword, it's just gonna be dull over time. So it has durability, I'm guessing. Okay, so it has durability. Alright, that's good to know. And I can use these arrows as well. Okay. So now let's look at this. Okay. Why I got no pants? It's crazy. Just want to see, like, what the hell? Why is there's no pants with this? It's only with this and the shoes. Like, bro, do you got any? Oh, come on, man. Like, seriously, you ain't got no damn pants? I guess I gotta be rocking with these right here. I guess, you know. Until I get some pants, because obviously I got a shirt, boots with no pants. That's crazy. I got 5 lockpicks and all these torches and stuff. Okay, let's keep going. can't zoom in. Okay, so at least I can retrieve those. Good. Okay, there's armor, axe, torch, hot picks, and more arrows. Okay. I wonder what we could do if I could put it on the shortcut wheel. Oh, okay, so I can put this on shortcut wheels. Cool. That's good to know, because now if I want to switch weapons, then I know how to switch it because of that. Okay, so now we can replace. We can put items here and there. Cool. Okay, so how do I want to set this up? So I'm gonna do this one right here. We're gonna do 5 for bow, right? And then if anything, we'll do okay, no. I'm gonna do Cortana. We'll do the Cortana 1 here. And then we'll do the shield right here. So then that way I got my armor, shield, and my bow. And then I'll do my last weapon up here, which is the axe. And then all of my spare ones I'm going to do for something else. I'm going to use these two for magic. So if I go to here, and go to magic, right? Can I go to magic? Okay. Okay, so yes, so I could do magic. So then that way, I'm going to do this one. For this one to heal. And then I could put that for a scroll. But we'll do this one right here. And then for this 2 slots, I'm going to use this for potions and stuff. So if I go back to here, go back to restore. Okay, so I can heal myself. So I can put this on the shortcut wheel. So then I'm going to put that right here. And then I can use this right here. Alright, cool. So now, let's see. So if I go right here, right? Oh, okay, that's cool. Okay. Alright. Just want to look around, keep it going. But I gotta say, so far the the music and the voice acting, it sounds really, really good. All right. Okay, what I should do is I should just open up this so I can get used to the menu. Okay, so if I sheathed it, then I equip this. Okay.
Yeah.
Block it with this. Cool. Okay, let's keep going. Alright, that's cheap. So you could take all by X or by A. No, A is just immediate. I think I'm gonna have to do by X. Or I could do A. Alright. Interesting. Oh, I like that. Alright, let's keep going. We're almost out of here. I don't know how much further we gotta go, but... There's a skeleton? Yeah. Oh, okay. So you have to open up each one up and then you can unlock it. But if you just wait till it goes down, it's not gonna work. Man, I gotta say, yo, this cave is so much detail to this. Oh my god, they did a fantastic job with this. Shortcut, y'all. There you go. I didn't see him. Okay, there's a chest. Seriously? Okay, so it has to be up. And when it hits all in the right thing, then you can... whatever. Okay. Alright. I got it. Inventory. So I can repair armor and other things in my inventory. Okay, so there is like weapon degradability. Okay. Okay. At least now I know, you know. At least like now I know how it works. Okay. Yeah.
Find a defensible spot and protect the Emperor.
Help, what makes you think help will get here before more of those bastards?
Here they come
We need to
again.
get the Emperor out of here.
Get this over with. Damn it! It's that prisoner again! Kill him! He might be working with the assassins.
No, he is not one of them. He can help us. He must help us.
As you wish.
They cannot understand why I trust you. They've not seen what I've seen. How can I explain? Listen, You know the Nine, how they guide our fates with an invisible hand. I've served the Nine all my days, and I chart my course by the cycles of the heavens. The skies are marked with numberless sparks, each a fire, and every one a sign. I know these stars well, and I wonder which sign marked your birth.
Okay, so I could choose a sign? This is interesting, so I could choose one. I'll do warrior.
The signs I read show the end of my path. My death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. Your stars are not mine. Today the warrior shall prove a stalwart companion when fortune fades. No trophies of my triumphs precede me, but I have lived well, and my ghost shall rest easy. Men are but flesh and blood. They know their doom, but not the hour. In this I am blessed to see the hour of my death, to face my apportioned fate, then fall. My dreams grant me no opinions of success. Their compass ventures not beyond the doors of death. But in your face I behold the sun's companion. The dawn of Akatosh's bright glory may banish the coming darkness. With such hope, and with the promise of your aid, my heart must be satisfied. I go to my grave. A tongue shriller than all the music calls me. You shall follow me yet for a while. Then we must part.
You may as well make yourself useful. Carry that torch and stick close. My job is to make sure the Emperor gets out of here alive, and I intend to do it. We're the Emperor's bodyguards. Our job is to get him out of situations like this. Although I admit, things are not going according to plan. Stick close and let us do our job, and you'll be all right.
The Emperor!
Danger! This one. The Emperor's down.
Hallows preserve us.
Prisoner, help the Emperor!
Show me what you got!
Prisoner, help the Emperor!
God's
For
blood.
the Emperor!
At least I could retrieve my arrows, yo. Because I think in Skyrim, you couldn't even retrieve your arrows at all.
Hold up. I don't like this. Let me take a look. Looks clear. Come on. We're almost through to the sewers. Damn it! The gate is barred from the other side. A trap!
What about that side passage back there?
Worth a try. Let's go! They're behind us. Wait here, sire.
Wait here with the Emperor. Guard him with your life.
For the... This
For
one's
the
mine!
Emperor!
You're pathetic. For the Emperor!
That's not smart.
You thought we'd go down...
I can go no further. You alone must stand against the Prince of Destruction and his mortal servants. He must not have the Amulet of Kings. Take the amulet, give it to Joffrey. He alone knows where to find my last son. Find him and close shut the jaws of oblivion.
Stranger, you chose a bad day to take up with the...
No. Talos, save us. We failed. I failed. The Blades are sworn to protect the Emperor. Now he and all his heirs are dead. The amulet. Where's the Amulet of Kings? It wasn't on the Emperor's body. Strange. He saw something in you. Trusted you. They say it's the dragon blood that flows through the veins of every septim. They see more than lesser men. The Amulet of Kings is a sacred symbol of the Empire. Most people think of the red dragon crown, but that's just jewelry. The amulet has power. Only a true heir of the blood can wear it, they say. He must have given it to you for a reason. Did he say why? Joffrey? He said that? Why? Nothing I ever heard about. But Joffrey would be the one to know. He's the Grand Master of my order. Although you may not think so to meet him, he lives quietly as a monk at Waynon Priory, near the city of Coral. First, you need to get out of here. Through that door must be the entrance to the sewers, past the locked gate. That's where we were heading. It's a secret way out of the Imperial City. Or it was supposed to be secret. Here, you'll need this key for the last door into the sewers. There are rats and goblins down there. But from what I've seen of you, I'm guessing you're an experienced bard. Am I right?
Or create a custom class. We'll do warrior. Combat. affects all your skills having a... We'll do endurance. Okay, so we can do custom skills, and or we can pick one that's already there. Sweet. Wait, do I have to do every one? Let me see. Oh, okay, I can spread it out. Oh, okay. Go back to attribute. Okay, alright. Okay, so then skills, I can pick between all of these right here. Okay, so this is cool. So there's this, there's these, there's this right here. Okay, so if I were to pick, I'm just gonna pick real quick. That's all I'm going to do. And then I can pick another 3. And if anything, I'll add this one. I think that should be my over skills. Adventure, I'll leave it like that. So X, yes. Okay, and then continue. So X, yes.
Really? I would never have guessed. Still, I don't think you'll have any trouble with rats and goblins. You must get... Good. I'll stay here to guard the Emperor's... By the way, thanks for recovering Captain Renault's sword. I'll see that it is given a place of honor in the halls of the Blades.
Alright, so we're almost out of here. not gonna spend all day. Just gonna get the hell up out of here because I want to go outside so we can do a little other stuff as well. But so far, you know, this game is actually really good. I love the details to this. It looks absolutely amazing. The controller's a little wonky. I gotta get used to it. Because this is like an Oblivion, so... like again, like I said before, my first game was Skyrim. So me playing this game is all new to me. Alright, so now we should be heading towards the outside. So we can edit the identity, we can edit this, we can edit our class, and we can finish and exit. Which we're gonna finish and exit. Alright. So now we have officially made it out of there. And now we can you know, do some other things too. And then after that, we'll start wrapping this up. Okay. Wow, look at this. So beautiful. This looks absolutely amazing. Oh my god, look at the draw distance. The sun. Wow. Yeah, okay. Alright, so I figure since we are out here into this nice, beautiful open field, right? I think what we should do is camp because of nearby enemies. Are you serious? Where is the enemy? Are you serious? It's all the way up here? I don't see no nearby enemies, bro. Yeah, I see a waypoint. Alright. So crazy. Look at this. Alright. This is afternoon. Alright, we'll just make sure it's like early in the morning. Six in the morning. Or actually, better yet, 8 in the morning. And the weather changed too. That's cool. So we should just look at this. I want to see what we can find the difference between this. So what we're going to do is we're going to save it. Alright. And then let's go into our system and see if we could change a few things like graphics and stuff like that, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this one on. Turn this one on. I just want to see how it is right now, right? I don't know if you can see it at the top corner. So we're sitting between 80 FPS. And there's 0 VRAM usage. But we're sitting between 70 and 80. Uncapped. Okay. So let's go back in here. And let's see. We got VSync off and stuff like that. Right? Let's see how it does cranking up to the max. Well, actually, you know what? We should do like this. We should do each setting first before we go customize it. So let's do low here. Okay, so we put it at low. So on low, we're getting between like 90 FPS and above, uncapped. So this is how it will look like in low settings. Okay, so let's see if we can crank this up to between low. Let's go to medium. Alright, click apply. So there's medium. So what medium looks like. So now let's go from medium to high. Apply changes. This is where we got high settings. And then we got a little frame stutter. You can probably see that. Hopefully they'll fix it, but there is like frame stutter here and there. But it's not too often. Okay, so now let's go from high to one thing up. We're gonna go to ultra. See how that works? And we can see this is ultra now. And we're hovering between like 50 and 60 FPS. Alright, so let's see. Let's go with ultra, right? And let's see without FSR, right? Without no upscaling or anything. Let's turn this off. And see, we can put this on ultra. Got motion blur off, screen space reflection. We can turn it on and off, but we'll leave it on. I'm gonna put this at 85. VRAM is not doing anything, so we'll just turn it off. And we'll leave it uncapped, VSync off, and then we'll leave it at borderless. Let's see right there. So we're getting between 30. Yeah, that's crazy how it looks. Alright, so there's that. That's how it looks. So let's see. Let's see, we turn FXAA. And then with no upscaling technique. So we're at 30 FPS. $30 to $40, so we're about right there. Alright, so now let's go turn Because we're at Ultra. TAA. No upscaling technique. So that's TAA. Got that brightness to it. I don't like that. And then we got TSSR. That looks a lot better, TSSR. But we're still sitting between like 30 FPS. And if we go up here, sky, about 80, moving down, about 33. Here in this distance. Alright. Now, since we already did that on Ultra, let's just see how it does when it does auto detect. And then we'll see if it's on high. So if it's on high, so let's see on high with TSSR. What are we getting? So if it's on high, about 90 to 100 FPS to the sky, and then looking down, we get it between like 80, 70 at most. Might get dipped below, might go to 60s, but get it between 80 and 60. Okay. And this is no upscaling technology. Okay, so there's that. Let's see. So if that's TAA, I mean TSSR, let's just turn this one off. And let's see how this one is now. Okay, so this is without upscaling. So we're getting between like 60 FPS down, maybe dipping towards 50, and this is uncapped. So it's running like this. Okay, it looks good. I like it. Okay, so now let's see how and that's TSSR. Let's go to TAA. So about 100 up there. Looking over there in that distance, about 60 FPS. Looking down and getting back to 100 to 80 at certain points. Looking over there to the mountains, about 70 to 80 FPS. Alright. Okay, so there's that. Right, and this is on high. And then FXAA. So about the same, right? But it has this really ugly effect. It looks like kind of like, ugh, I don't like it. But okay. I think TSSR is like the best thing you can do for your game. Alright, so let's see if this was on, let's see if it was on Ultra, right? Let's say it was on Ultra, and it's still on cap and stuff. So let's do upscaling, right? FSR, which I have. FSR 3, we'll do it on quality. And then we'll turn on frame gen. See how that works. So this is frame gen. So you have a bit of ghosting here for frame gen. You can see it a little bit. But it's still playable. You're getting above like 100 FPS for sure. Like between 80 and stuff. The distance over there is about between 90 FPS. Down there, going up to the mountains. Over like 100 FPS. This is well above 100 FPS. Alright. So, there's that. So it's possible you can put it on ultra settings and put, you know, upscaling technology. I put it on quality mode, let's TAA. So, ugh. Oh, the frame gen? Okay, it's very horrible. You can see it. It's like got this like weird boxing artifact to it. So, let's say TAA, but turn off frame gen. So you're gonna be 30 FPS. So this one, I want to turn this one off. I'm going to leave TSSR on. And then we're going to turn some of this stuff on and off. So... first, let's go put VSync on. Match refresh rate. There's a frame limit. See how this one looks. Ooh! Running on 20 frames. Oh my god, there's like 43 frames over there. That's crazy. Look at this. That is some slow frame rate. Then it goes back to normal up here. Once you go down here, oh my god. The frame rate is like 20 FPS frames. God, Jesus. Help me. And that's on ultra, so pretty much we have to lower down our settings a bit. I'm pretty sure the biggest culprit is probably global illumination. It's like probably the biggest culprit. Or maybe not. It's not. It's not global illumination. Because I think a Valve, when it has global illumination, that was like the biggest culprit in performance. I think it's better to just for me to play this game on high. Yeah. High settings, TSSR with no upscaling. Getting between like 50 FPS, 50, 60 FPS. Let's see if I can just uncap it. Let's just cap it at 160. This is that's RT. I'm not gonna mess with ray tracing because I got AMD. Let's see, that draw distance is effective, foliage quality, I'm gonna put it on ultra, effect quality, I'm gonna put it on maybe high, I'll leave it. Shadow quality, I'll probably put that on medium. Global illumination, I'll probably leave this on medium. And shadow quality, I'm leaving it on medium. Texture quality, leave it there. Reflections, I'll put it on medium. Post-processing. Hair quality, I'll leave it on high. Color quality on high. leave this at TSSR with no upscaling technology. So right here, capping between 60 and 59. Seems pretty good. Yeah, I could probably deal with this. Really nice. Okay. Let's see how that works. Motion blur off. Screen face reflection. Let's go down here. Let's see, is screen based reflections is this one? Yeah, it got this. Yeah, you can see like the light and that thing moving. I don't know if that's screen face reflection is doing that. I'll just turn this off for a minute. See. Yeah, it's screen face reflection. So if there's like a big old thing like moving, I might have to turn that off. I'll just leave it off for that. Because it looks weird. Like, you can see it, the difference right here. Because even I can see the difference. If I put this on, it looks good, but you can see how, like, it looks weird. So I think they're probably going to need a patch and an update to fix that. Because it's just, it looks weird. Like, if you look down, then go up, and it's like, it looks like this. It looks broken. It does not look good at all. So I'm gonna probably put, I'm gonna turn off screen place reflection. Okay. I'm gonna want my view distance there, effects on high. If anything, I could put the effects on medium, but I'm gonna just leave it on high. Foliage quality, I'm gonna put it on ultra. Or better yet, I'll just put it on high, just to save on resources. And reflections. Let me see how reflections is right there. Okay, so the reflections looks so much better, but the screen space reflection looks kind of off. I don't know that will affect it. Let me just check it for myself again. Put screen reflection on. Yeah, it still does it. Like, you can see the corner right here. You don't see that big old block. But it's just like with this, it just looks so weird. It looks broken. So I'm guessing they're gonna do a patch for that. For sure, like 110%, they're gonna definitely need to patch that, like to fix it. So I'm going to turn on screen place reflection. So if I leave reflection on ultra is fine. What's about quality? I think quality even fine too, because if you put it on medium, I think medium will kind of get rid of it. Reflections, so medium. Yeah, okay, so medium will get rid of the reflections. So I'm gonna leave that on high, which should be fine. So I'm gonna leave reflections on high. And then let's see texture quality. So textures will be something like this. Let's see how textures will look. If I turn textures all the way down. to low. I don't think it's... I don't know if that's textures or that's something else. I don't think I see a difference, but I'm gonna put it on ultra. Okay, well, it darkened up a little bit. I'm hovering between still 50 and 60, so I'm probably gonna just leave it on, like, below textures. I'm gonna just put it on high. Reflections on high, post-processing, adjust the level of visuals, or high. I think everything should be on high except for global illumination. I could put it on high, but I think I could just save on a little bit of that and save the shadow on medium. So I'm gonna save on that. I'm gonna put the foliage on ultra. I think that should be good. I don't need no upscaling. I mean, if I do put an upscaler on there, it probably would be on quality, and then we don't need to put frame gen. Yeah, that looks... that looks so much better. I could play the game like this. Yeah, it looks good. Alright. Hopefully I can get out of this rain. Hopefully we could try a different time in the day. But hey, you know, messing around with the graphics, okay. You know, at least we don't have to do a whole reset. We can literally, like, change it right then and there, you know? Which is cool. Okay. Alright, so, instead of this rain, now we're in this nice weather here. Let me put this. Let me save this. Where is that? Alright, there we go. That looks so much better. Now let's see. Let's go to, like, again, the settings. And there's it is. Like, we have these random, like, stutters, like where if I clicked on something, you have to wait, and then it freezes, and then it keeps going. So, yeah, so they're definitely gonna have to put out a patch for sure. Like, they definitely have to put out either emergency patch or whatever they need to do to fix it. That's pretty much my only gripe. First person perspective, let's see how it is in 80. Shot him. Got him. Oh, you ain't got nothing. Alright, let's see without... Well, the frame limit. Let me just put 120 on this one. First person, we'll put it back to 82. Leave the settings like that alone. Put on balance. This is uncapped. Probably do like that and cap it at 60. Turn on screen face reflections. Let me see global illumination on high. It doesn't really affect anything, but it's still good. I'm gonna turn this one off, the TSR off. Yeah, it's more natural because if I do upscaling, it'll be just a bunch of ghosting. And I like it like this. It feels so much better. Well, at least I'll limit the frame rate to 60, which is fine. I don't need like 120 FPS playing this game. But it looks good. Looks good. I like this. The trees, forests. Man, looks nice. Alright, what else settings do we have? I think that's about it. So there's that. I'm gonna turn this one off now. That we already did enough screwing around with it. I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Like when I play my game, I'm gonna leave it like this, and then I'm not gonna use an upscaler. I'm just gonna use TSSR. I think that should be fine. And leave that off. Large, this, cursor size, medium. Controllers. And what's this one? This was like interact / hold and grab. Hold, dismount, and interact. Alright. Lock does make sense. And spellcast is this one. Yeah, that'd be fine. It's on the right. But not, wait, change views. Oh, this is so cool. Let me just see the third person view slider. Maybe I can mess around with that. No. Third person view. Let's see all the way in. I just want to see something. Okay, so we can get like really close with our character. Okay. Then let's see. Let's see how far back we can get it. Okay, we can go all the way to 100. That's nice. Nice. Alright. I don't think I want 100, but I think like 90 would be fine. And alright, this is autosave. Aim assist off. Yeah, we don't want aim assist. Might knock this down a bit. Because I feel like it's way too sensitive. I don't know why it feels so sensitive. Camera, motion, bobbing, I'm gonna turn that off. Health, this, we'll turn that off. Blood splatter, visible, we'll leave that on. And we'll toggle that off. Okay. Oh, this is mouse and keyboard for that. Difficulty, we could change that. Motion blur. View distance, stuff like that. That shit should be fine. Language, subtitles on large, cursors. That should be fine. The other thing I don't see is the HUD and stuff, like, you know, whether or not to show like HUD and stuff like that. I don't see that in this. Unless it's in the main menu, but I don't see like an option where we can like turn off like HUD and stuff like that unless it's in the main menu. And it's not in here. Which is kind of weird, but because there's the interface, right? You know, this. I'm probably gonna leave it on medium. Nah, I'll just leave it on large. I'll just leave this on large. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, because I don't see it on here. That's kind of weird. You know, usually you'll see it in here, but there's nothing here. Like, here's the gameplay stuff, but there's no, like, HUD and this, like, hide HUD, do this HUD. There is none of that. And then there's this in the main screen. But I think I'm pretty much done here anyway. Just not sure. Oh, these are stories. Let me just check the main menu just to be sure, and then I'm gonna wrap this up anyway. I think I spent long enough on this. Okay, let me just double check real quick. So these are these things here. Aim assist. These are for the controller. That's for mouse and keyboard. This is different settings and stuff. Okay. Audio, graphics we know about. The interface. That's all they have. Cool for that. And that's it. Okay. Alright, so basically the interface, so we can't like hide or turn off like HUD elements. So I don't know if a mod is going to take care of that and do that for us, but we don't have the option to turn off like HUD elements or kind of like have like where you can have the shader to kind of like, you know, instead of the HUD elements be like so right there. I like it where it's like very clean, you know, and I can look and do all that stuff. So that's probably like the only gripe that I have, that I wish that the option will have that, and a few other options as well that I talked about or missing. And I know they probably need some patches as well, but I think that's one of the key things that they're missing is like hiding the HUD or having different HUD options so I can turn on or off. Like if I want to see my stamina, I can turn it on. If I don't want to see the stamina, I can turn it off. I can turn off the compass. I don't really need the compass because I already got a map for it. So there's certain things I do want to see down the road. Hopefully some patches, some fixes, patches. The only thing I can say is, hey, can you add in an option where we can turn on and off like HUD elements and stuff? I think that's pretty much it. Or even just like having a slider to see the HUD element, you know, to be like a little bit less intrusive, like, you know, a transparent. That'd be great. I don't mind that because I'll lower it down to like 30. But yeah, so what are my overall thoughts in this? I will say, you know, for this overview, it's pretty solid. Again, they had a few issues and problems, but everything from like the dialogue, the characters, the face, the way how they talk and stuff. Controller feels a little wonky for me, but I have to get used to it because, again, I never played Oblivion. I played Skyrim. That was like my first one, and I feel more right at home in Skyrim, but playing Oblivion might feel a little bit off because, again, there is no like dual blade mode. There's like dual casting and stuff. That's in Skyrim and not in Oblivion, so that's kind of like a little bit of a disappointment. I like Skyrim's upgrades in terms of like dual blading stuff, doing this and that, wheeling this, you know, taking out the bow is more easier, and equipping your dagger and your sheath, you know. So I don't know, I gotta get used to it and keep playing this game, but that's pretty much, you know, my overview on this game. I mean, in terms of graphics and that, other than that, it's really good. It's actually a very, very well done. I don't even think this is like a remaster. This is like a full-on remake. This is like a remake that went above and beyond. And again, there was a few gripes here and there we can pick through, but overall, like as a package for $50 and then like the digital deluxe edition for like $60, this is an easy. You should buy this. This is no questions asked, hands down. Go out there and buy this game. You're gonna have a great time. It looks great. I love the art. Oh my god, like just looking at this looks stunning. It looks fantastic. I cannot wait to do a video kind of whatchamacallit, when I do my background, like you know, desktop background video and stuff. I can't wait to do a recording for this one, do a background of this. Like right here, this is so awesome. It looks so cool. It looks great. But yeah, so just letting you know, in the next week, I will be having Let's Play videos of Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion Remaster. I will be having that, and I will still be continuing with a Valve, and then later on, when the Outer Worlds 2 comes out, I will be playing that as well and have videos for that. And I probably will do an overview on the Outer Worlds 2. We'll play that and talk about it and do all that stuff. And if Starfield will get a major like update or overhaul, I might be re-downloading that game again and playing it and probably doing some videos on that. So right now it's like full steam ahead for me. I'm getting RPGs back to back to back to back. So you're gonna see a bunch of videos of that and other gameplay videos coming up, like Tekken 8 stuff. You're gonna get more Forza Horizon 5. There's gonna be a bunch of like cool things that I'm going to be doing. So stick around for that. But once again, hopefully you guys do enjoy the video. Make sure you like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And until next time in this overview, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.